just uploaded a video that will premiere at noon today. I am not going to be on. Oh, I'll probably be on maybe till quarter after 11 Eastern time, just because I've got to go get my hair colored. It is time now, though you can't tell. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit about Kathleen Kennedy's contract. Now, again, don't know if any of this is true or not. So, grain of salt. All right, guys? Because that's the only way we're going to get through this, is if we can determine between a rumor and news. And not a lot of people on YouTube can do that. Okay? Sunday night, they were talking, and I think, yeah, Mexican Iron Man was on Doomcock, his Space Monk with Cameron Pasha. And Mexican Iron Man basically said, and I'm going to paraphrase, because because I personally don't think anybody knows what the fuck is going on right now, her contract gets extended for even a short amount of time, that it is a buyout. It is a buyout to keep her mouth shut. Period, full stop. It goes against what Chapek is doing, yet if you look at what we know from the news, not from rumors, from people who we know, Mike Sutton and others, he only wants to sign people like her to a one-year deal. That's it. And they have to make the marks to get their contract renewed. And if they don't, they're gone. It basically puts the onus on the boss to work his ass off, or her ass off, which Kathleen Kennedy apparently doesn't know how to do. Anyway, so I think Mike may have a good theory going there, if it's true. Now, I want to talk to the people at Lucasfilm. If you are listening, Doomcock, if you watch this, please let those guys see this. Let not your hearts be troubled. Okay? I look at the new structure, and there is a new structure at Lucasfilm. You can see it on the website. And the person that you really have to make happy isn't Kennedy anymore. It's Dave Filoni. Dave seems like a pretty even-tempered guy. You got to remember, he is the one that George Lucas basically calls his son. I mean, he treats him like he is his own kid. Dave had worked so close with George. He knows so much about what they're doing. And he knows they've been on the wrong track for a long time. So I know you guys are scared. You don't want her back. I wouldn't want her back either, because she doesn't care about what you're doing. And she's crazy. And we all know that. I mean, I believe the rumors about her freaking out and yelling and, basically saying out loud she was going to get Gina Carano. I believe that. Let me explain why I believe that. Because I know women like her. She is all smoke and wind. Okay, that's it. She's all smoke and wind right now. If you guys are that concerned, I would go to Bob Chapek. I would go to the boss. I would go to Alan Bergman. I would go to those guys and say, we don't want her around anymore. She is not good for our morale, which is, to me, having worked in offices, office chemistry, office culture is so important. And if the employees are scared, if they're upset, and it's not like she's, Miranda Priestley from The Devil Wears Prada, because that character actually knows what the fuck she's doing. Kathy Kennedy doesn't, as a studio head, and she doesn't care about the product you guys have put out. Okay? If she did, the High Republic wouldn't exist. If she did, neither J.J. Abrams nor that putz, schmuck, jackass, Ron Johnson would have been part of the sequel trilogy. They wouldn't have been near it. You guys would have George visiting from time to time. And there wouldn't have been such a separation between Filoni and everything else. But there was for a reason, because Kennedy probably wanted him out. All right? We know what's going on there. All right? Don't be afraid. We don't know if it's true or not. We have no idea what she's doing. All we know is that Indiana Jones 5 got stalled, and they actually took a very long break. Harrison Ford apparently is back on set now filming again. And it's not going to wrap. I mean, they're now doing a casting call for Sicily because they're going to be filming in Sicily. Okay. They're still in England right now. They're still filming there. Okay. She's nowhere near you guys right now. She's up to her ears with her pet project. To the people who think she's going to ruin Indy, she's not. They tried to really screw that story up. Harrison Ford would walk off the set. If anybody in Hollywood has the right of fuck you, I'm not doing this, it's him. And when he says fuck you, I'm not doing this, it doesn't happen. Okay? I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about her anymore. And I don't think you guys have to be. My only concern is this. If her acolytes, I had to bring up that word, Pablo, Matt Martin, you know, the ones that have to put pronouns in their fucking bios on Twitter, or BLM, a hate group, by the way, on their Twitter. Okay. Those are the ones to be worried about. Okay. I already think, and maybe one of you guys can start digging, I already think that Pablo, whether he's at Lucasfilm or not at Lucasfilm, is trying to undermine Filoni. So I wouldn't worry as much about her anymore, because I think they basically, if she does come back, she's going to be put in a corner, wrapped up in a straitjacket, and told, "Now, don't you say a word. We're going to give you money. We're going to give you awards. Everybody in Hollywood is going to know it's bullshit. You're going to know it's bullshit, but it's what you want, so here, as long as you keep your mouth shut." Because Chapek has a bigger war on his hands. He has to get Disney back to being a profitable company again, and it's not. You can blame Bob Iger for that. Bob Iger buying Lucasfilm. Bob Iger deciding to go overboard, beyond the beyond, to get a hold of 20th Century Fox and Fox Searchlight. Look at the debt Disney's under. Bob Chapek is having a war right now with that idiot Kevin Feige. Another thing you guys could go do. Start looking around and here and listen, keeping your ears to the ground about Kevin Feige. All right? Because I guarantee you there's some shady, sketchy shit going on with him. You might want to ask out loud, how come Captain Marvel got fast-tracked long after Black Widow was put out and put out there to make money? Ha! You know, and Black Widow came out now. I would ask that question. And the reason why is because I've heard rumors. And it wouldn't, and the way Hollywood is, and the way it's always been, it wouldn't surprise me. But it also really damaged Kevin Feige. Okay, the problem with Disney and its movies isn't Bob Chapek. It isn't even Disney. It's people like Kathleen Kennedy, and you guys know that, and now Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige didn't make Marvel what it is. You know who did? Ike Perlmutter and John Favreau. Hey, Deborah, that's who did. Okay, not Feige. Okay, just like Kathleen Kennedy did not make Star Wars. Star Wars. George Lucas created it. He wrote the stories. He put everything. Well, they can sit there. Look, Space Monk, and I want you to bring this up. If you go to, like, I don't know, you know who I'm talking about, a guy named Redhead with a beard because he has no chin, and he hangs out with a bigger channel, and the guy with the really big beard. You ask him, do you even know what a figurehead is? The guy with the big beard doesn't. Okay, I'm sorry, but I know a little bit about what, and I can't take him seriously. If you don't like anything and all you do is bitch, what is your point? What value do you bring? You're making money. Who cares? Same thing with the other one. All right, I got no time for them. You know, their stupidity and blatant, outright ignorance pisses me off, to be brutally honest. Okay, I don't like it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. It makes me mad, and the reason is, what's the point? What is the point when you think about it? Okay, you know, you're not helping the fandom. And I think the thing that really makes me angry is that at least those two, go out of their way to hurt the rest of us who don't think that way. They attack Cameron. They attack Doomcock. They attack me. They attacked my friend Craig from Reviews for You, to the point where he just quit making videos. No, we don't know, and it's good. Look, I'm gonna go into some. Let me finish here, and then I'll get it. Then I'll get into it. Here's the deal, okay? We have until October 20th to find out what the fuck is going on with her. I got no problems being patient, because if it's a 1-year contract, and it probably is, she's got nothing to say. And the only reason why it's there is so she can leave with her head held high. I don't think this way. This is me. Why are we concerned about her? Why do we care about what she thinks? This is the only industry where failures get their asses kissed because of their network. I am still agog at that. You know, I understand it and I don't. It is beyond my comprehension that she can, pardon me, fuck Star Wars up so royally and trot away and then act like she did nothing wrong. And the thing that pisses me off is the fact that the people who are screaming at Doomcock, etc., and just being assholes about it. My favorite is the one big site, when he gets into a drama, and this is the second time it's happened, he will not say anything publicly. He will not address it in a way that it needs to be addressed because he's a passive-aggressive dick. And I hate that shit. You say it, don't spray it. Okay, that's my, all right. I was never very good at politics. I love politics a long time ago. I worked in politics, but I earned the nickname Tiger, the Tigress, because if I had to answer the phone in the office and some moron, left-wing douchebag called my boss and started calling him a fascist. He's a libertarian. There's nothing less fascist than someone who says, I believe in the first 10 amendments of the Constitution. Mind your own goddamn business. Leave me alone. How is that fascist? I don't care how you live your life. I don't care where you put your thing or what you allow in your thing. I don't care if you're a vegan or a meat eater. Not my business. Just go and live, okay? Do whatever you want within the law. But don't fuck with me. That's it. That's what a libertarian is. Really, that's not conservative. Conservatives, I'll go into that someday, but anyway, rawr, back at you, Maze. Anyway, so we don't know what's going on, and the usual suspects will scream they were right when they're wrong, and they won't realize they're wrong because they're stupid. I'll call them, yeah. They don't know how the film industry works. They don't know how the politics in the film industry work. It's complicated. It's very intricate. It's bullshit, by the way. Office politics of that nature. That is, what I love about these people is they basically are really trash people. They really, really are. They're not well educated. They're not well read. And if they're boomers, born between the years 1945 and 1965, if they're boomers, they're morons. Okay, they believe their own bullshit. They believe their own mythology about their generation. Never in the history of the world has a more pampered generation come about until they showed up. And they, in turn, raised millennials. Okay. And some Generation X's who looked at their moms and dads and went, I looked at my mom and dad, greatest generation, World War II, so. Yeah, and you're right. You're right. So now we got millennials who are more pampered and more entitled. And now we got Zoomers coming up. And I know plenty that are like, them fucking away from me about the SJW Zoomers and the millennials. All right. So it's always going to be a swing one way or the other. Anyway, we're suffering through that right now. A lack of education, a lack of knowledge, a lack of wisdom. Wisdom doesn't come from opening a book. Wisdom comes from experience. All right. Wisdom comes from failure. All right. Big teacher. Okay. It doesn't come from age. I've known plenty of people my age and younger that are wise because they've learned life's lessons. They also know what words mean. Now, gonna go off on a different tangent. Last night, about 3 a.m, I got a phone call, I looked at YouTube because I woke up. I'm usually up wake up between 1:30 and 3, and I can't get back to sleep for 2 hours, which sucks. Because I'd be up a lot earlier if I could just sleep through the night. And Star Wars Theory was talking about a rumor he'd heard. And when I saw what the rumor was, I started laughing and I woke my husband up. And then Maze informed me of it this morning. This is how batshit crazy it's gotten. And we were warned it was going to go this way. There's a rumor going out there No substantial, no substantive anything there. That they are thinking about making a sequel to the sequel trilogies, episodes 10, 11, and 12. I want you all to understand, I was literally, when I saw what they were talking about, I started laughing so hard I couldn't stop. I had to get up and get a glass of water. I was stunned. The biggest Star Wars channel on YouTube talking about something so stupid I can't quantify it in my pea-sized brain. Yeah, that rumor is as old as when Disney bought Lucasfilm, and we were told we were going here's an accounting, because Doomcock said this. Make sure he sees this video, by the way. Kennedy's contract's being renewed. They're thinking about doing a Finn TV series. Something about Daisy Ridley coming back to play Rey. And then this. Okay. Canceling Mandalorian after season 3. Star Wars Meg did that one. I don't like her. Okay? I don't like her. She's Mrs. Mike Zero. That's the stupidest fucking thing I ever heard. Now, there is a part of a rumor that is like that says season 4, the show will have a name change. Maybe it's Rangers of the New Republic. Because, and I hate saying this, Mike Zero actually had a very thoughtful rumor that he was talking about. Grain of salt, because it's Mike Zero, okay? He said that Gina Carano would come back when Kennedy is gone and they're all gone. And it would make sense then, if he is correct, and he's never correct, but hypothetically, let's say like he is, that they would take the Rangers of the New Republic and turn it into Gina's show. Okay. Kennedy's gone. Pablo is gone. The world is doing a happy dance. Okay. They can't necessarily bring her back right now because for some, again, I look at the people in Hollywood and go, you people know she screwed up. You know she's incompetent. You know what she did. And you still are worried about embarrassing that bitch? Oh God, that would be great. That'd be really great. I can't fathom it. But their idea of politics is so beyond my comprehension. I mean, when's the last time anybody in Washington, D.C., right or left, cared about embarrassing the opposition? Even somebody in their own party. They don't. They don't. So the idea that Kathleen Kennedy is worried about losing face is just like, why is what she's concerned about, which is basically herself? Why is that something that the biggest company in the world, Disney, has to sit there and bend the knee to? But I don't, these are some of the things that would make me want to leave Hollywood. Okay, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Now, do I believe that there is going to be a 10, 11, and 12 starring the bestest of all and everybody? No, they're not going to. No, they're not going to do that. And they're not going to bring those characters back. Those characters are dead. Okay, now, a hilarious little piece of information. Inside the Magic, and Rebecca Barton posted a story about Mark Hamill. It is literally the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. This idiot on Twitter says you could literally post Mark Hamill in a tweet and get like blah, 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 thousands of likes. So he does. Rebecca decides to go through all the tweets that are going, oh, this is so wonderful, just whatever. And one of them was Jason Ward. Let me explain something about some of the rumors we're going to be hearing. A lot of them are probably from him. That second Reddit leak was obviously all right, I don't understand what you're trying to say, Space Monk. Obviously, Ward is still in contact with some troll that's putting out these stupid rumors. He did get interviewed by the Deseret News, and Deborah, if you're watching, I was appalled. I'm going to remind you guys who this guy is. He's been called out for grooming underage girls. There's ample evidence, not direct evidence, but there's ample questions about did he abuse his ex-wife. Okay. And he gets interviewed by Deseret News. Go look at Disney Star Wars is Dumb and see the stuff that Ichibaka posted, etc., etc. Okay, this guy is a horrible human being. He borders on criminal behavior. When I saw that Reddit leak, and then I saw recently Pablo Hidalgo getting a retweet or a tweet from Wikipedia, I went, A plus B equals C. Pablo is connected to Wikipedia. Jason Ward is connected to Wikipedia. We had the Kelly Marie Tran thing. Ta-da! And you wonder why I think they both should be in jail. There you go. Internet fraud is criminal, I think, right? So when you hear him say anything, or some idiot news reporter post something and it has something to do with Jason Ward, giant, huge grain of salt, okay? That guy, I know the Santa Monica Police Department or whatever police department had been called to investigate him. I know it, okay? I think it's time that we all put Jason Ward in his place, which is sitting over there so the cops can do their investigations, because he's bad juju. Okay, that guy's bad news. Okay, and if he's connected to Pablo, well, there you go. A lot of the problems the fans have been having have been because of those two, along with other shell channels and sites. It is time that shit got cleaned up. Okay. Now, I am kind of going about Kennedy and all this. If you don't know what a figurehead is, go look it up. Webster's Dictionary is online, and you can look up what a figurehead is. The Queen of England is a figurehead. She has no power to enact any political policy. She can advise. I don't even think Kennedy's allowed to do that. All right? I have a concern that if her acolytes and minions are still at Lucasfilm, they can still cause trouble. But again, JPEG is not stupid. He's playing 4D chess with these people. Likely, he knows that she will cause trouble if she can. He's probably got it, and probably like, if he's thinking, if she comes back for a year, I've got to make it so she can't touch anything at Lucasfilm. And she's got to know she can't. And the reason is this, Deborah, if you're still watching, if you watched the uploaded video I did yesterday, and you saw the reactions of J.J. Abrams, of Daisy Ridley, Oscar Isaac, John Boyega, when George Lucas was brought up, JJ looked like he wanted to either crawl into a hole or burst out yelling. They were all literally like, the discomfort and despair was palpable. And Kennedy starts blah, 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 blah. I am convinced now, more than ever, that the rumors that Craig posted on Reviews for You, and it's still up, those videos are up, about George writing and filming parts of The Rise of Skywalker are true. That they went to him begging for help. He came in to help. That video convinces me. Because when the Japanese interviewer starts bringing him up, JJ's like, oh my God. Just like, and Daisy's going, they're pissed. They're not only were they upset and uncomfortable, that cast was pissed off. Okay. I have a person who is part of the film art direction crowd tell me that Lucasfilm had built the Son of Mortis's throne. Matt Smith was playing Son of Mortis, which would have been perfect. Again, watch the video that's premiering at noon and watch and listen to what Sam Elliott says. Okay? Yeah, we did. Okay? Just watch what he says. It's very pertinent right now. They get the assembly cut. They show it to the suits. Kennedy literally has a hissy fit. Where's Raylo? Blah, 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 blah. They have to reportedly reshoot 40%. They didn't reshoot 40%. They reshot more. George Lucas doesn't show up to the premiere. February 2020, Steven Spielberg walks away from Indy 5. Do you honestly going to convince me that Kathleen Kennedy is the most powerful woman in Hollywood now? And I'm going to tell you this, George Lucas is not a man to be trifled with. Read up on him. Now, I gotta go. I gotta get ready to go because I gotta get my hair done. So you guys have a good afternoon. You're right, Maze. And if I can, I'll go live later, but I gotta take the animal for a walk and I gotta get a workout in. So I'll see you guys around the galaxy. Behave, be well. Get ready for that premiere because you're gonna hear really wise words of one of the most legendary actors of the last 50 years. Okay. Steph, signing out. I'll see you guys around the galaxy. And the Lucasfilm, let not your heart be troubled. Okay? We fans got your backs. We know what you're going through. Okay? See you later.